Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Iowa soccer supporters. I'm Ben Brackett, along with my good buddy and co-host Blake Sievers. Siebes, how are you?
I'm good.
Long time since just been a little duo.
It is, and we've got. It's been a long time since we just had a pod as well. It feels like
That's also true. So we're pretty pumped up though, and I'll just tell you, I'm pumped up in general. Like it's the summer of soccer, isn't it, Siebes? I mean, I know you've been in the spring of soccer, coaching and doing the kid thing, but Champions League final was the other day. The U.S. played today in like their first World Cup tune-up. The World Cup's in a couple weeks. We got the state tournament. Like I feel like I'm just going to be doing soccer for the next 8 weeks. I'm pumped.
Yeah, I love it. It's a good. It's a good
best.
Thing to say, Benny.
Yes, the best. And hopefully the weather's going to be great this week too.
Yeah, I remember I was looking at some stuff from last year, looking at the weather. And remember, it was the coldest we said state tournament in history, which is a good thing.
I wish that was going to be the case this week, but it does not.
You know what, Ben? We didn't talk about this in our pre-production meeting,
That's
but we
right.
need to promote our golf outing.
We do.
So you guys should all save the date. It's fun.
July 17th. It's a Friday at Toad Valley.
Yep.
We're going to have a great time.
And then we also need to promote the high school showcase. I don't know what it's
which is
technically
June
called.
27th.
So it's at MediaCom, partnering with the Menace.
And top student athlete recruiting.
There you go. Look at that.
You got it, Danny.
So just stay tuned to social media. Get some submissions for nominations sent in. But
good call, Steve.
It's
Well
kind
done.
of doing a little cool thing, and so just stay tuned.
Yeah, we'll talk about that this week too. We're going to be joined at the state tournament by some of our favorites, such as Dan Rothert with top student athlete recruiting. Damian Corriere will be out in the mix. Damos with Iowa Soccer. And then, of course, we'll have lots of other people popping in and out. I bet we'll see a little Weston this week.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, it'll be good.
Come say hello. We'll be all over the place.
Yep. Okay, so we just thought we'd kind of go from smallest to largest, class-wise, and start with the 1A, and just kind of run through quick just what the quarterfinals are going to look like this week at MediaCom on Monday, and then maybe kind of what we think for the rest of the week. So you want to give it to us, Siebes?
Yeah, so we've got at 1A, like you said, Ben, tomorrow / today, depending on when you listen to this, but on Monday.
Well, you know what we should talk about quick?
Yeah.
The way that they
actually know.
So the way they're doing it is the third seed plays the 6th seed first, then it's second place 7th, then 4th place 5th, and then the 7:30 game under the lights is the 1st seed against the 8th seed. So and they just do that all the way through. So just for whatever it's worth, that's sort of when Blake's telling you the pairings. Just know that's
bizarre. I'm assuming.
But
it's just the hottest part of the day.
Noon
on the turf.
Well, or think about if you're the 2nd seed, you've drawn the 2:30 job, which is maybe even worse.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
there's no really great time of day other than 7:30 or earlier, but still. Anyway,
no, it's a good point, Ben. I didn't realize it was that way across the board.
Yeah. Okay, so sorry, go ahead. My fault.
So we just got Class 1A, like you said, Ben, kicking off the day at MediaCom is Council Bluffs St. Albert against Western Christian Hull, the Becom folks up there.
I know. I'm excited to see them again.
Yep. And then you got your boys and girls and families and community up there in the northwest.
They've already been chirping me.
I bet.
I'm so excited to see them.
So you got West Sioux, the 2 seed, kicking off against Pella Christian.
Christian, when was the last time they were in the tournament? You remember it was a few years ago. They were there. I remember them being there.
We got a lot of friends in
for
Pella.
Sure. If you ain't Dutch, ain't much.
That's right. And then you got 5 o'clock West Central Valley against Trainer, and capping off the night at MediaCom, Regina against.
Do you remember what GCG means?
Yeah, Gladbrook Rhinebeck.
Well played.
Guthrie
Center, Gladbrook.
Yeah.
Gladbrook Rhinebeck. Wow, it's a mouthful.
Yeah, they were there last year too.
Yeah, what do you think? I mean, have you been? I can't say I've been following a ton of 1A, but I will say I was interested to look at just when I went through the sub-state final games. Right, West Sioux romped, so they won 6-0. I assume based also on how good they were last year, I assume they're going to continue to be good. Then who else?
I think Regina, man, They've got a boy up top who's got 37 goals and 21 assists. They won both their games at Sub-State
I was
by
going to say
10
10.
goals.
I was going to say they 10-0'd their group. Yeah.
And they're undefeated. Remember Rick LaRue? We've talked to him a couple times.
Yep. Of course.
And then, and then like
West
St.
Central
Albert.
Valley is going to be decent,
Yep.
though, too, right? They smashed Tipton in their Sub-State final.
And then Van Meter, Jonah Waldron there lost to St. Albert. So, we went to remember we went to
I do.
Omaha years ago to watch Council Bluffs St. Albert play. Somebody out there.
Yeah. Couldn't tell you who. But anyway, yeah, it'll be and it's just interesting, especially when you look at those Sub-State finals, like how all the scores went. So you can tell, like, where it was tight or where it wasn't. And obviously, some of it has to do with who they played, but also rankings play into it too. So, anyway, so what are our picks, Siebes? Let's get through it.
I just think it's Regina. I mean, they beat Bettendorf, who ended up
Did they really?
ranked. But it's kind of a little bizarre, right? Because I'm just curious. I'm assuming they want to, but I'm wondering why they're not playing City High, City West, because that would be the true test. And I hope the Little Hawks and the Trojans aren't dodging them. But it would just be an interesting regular season game if those guys
for sure
played each other.
Well, so you're going with Regina.
I am, yeah.
I'm going to obviously I got to go with West Sioux. They're my squad. And I bet you that's the final, and it's going to be a great game. So we'll see what happens.
I would agree.
Cool. So let's chat 2A. 2A, we get a little bit more Central Iowa in the mix, which we like only just because it helps us. No offense to the west and the east side of the state. We just hard to keep up with it all. So you've got Des Moines Christian against Whaler Catholic.
Wahlert.
Des Moines Christian, man, on the boys' side, when was the last time they were in the state tournament? I don't think we've ever covered them at the state tournament.
Yeah.
Were they there last year?
No.
2 years ago?
2 years ago. 3 years ago.
The boys?
They've been here recently, Ben.
All
I
right,
believe.
well.
Our video guy, Kills from Creative.
We'll see. Old Springer, it's the second year at the helm. And one of our photographers, Seba, old Seabass.
Yeah.
We'll see how
he's
we'll
in
see
there.
what
He's
the
doing
number
some
10 does.
Dodgy TikToks.
See what he does, the old number 10. Then you got Unity Christian taking on Knoxville. Unity Christian was in Orange City, I believe. Or where is that? I think that's where it is. It's way out there. And then they play Knoxville just down Highway 163, Siebes.
Yep.
And then we've got Bishop Heelan against Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon's like way east side of the state. Bishop Heelan's like northwest side, right? North.
Dylan Mick is that? I mean, remember the boys they played in our futsal event a few years ago.
From Mount Vernon?
No, Knoxville. Sorry, I'm
Oh,
going
yeah,
back.
yeah.
Sorry,
Sorry.
I didn't stop you soon enough.
No, you're okay. Yeah.
But those
Panthers.
guys, they made it to state a couple years ago or a few years ago.
Yeah.
As well. Sorry to.
No,
go
that's
back,
all right. And so Bishop Heelan, who's been really good on the boys' side the past few years, they're the 4 seed. They play Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon's like out like east side of the state, right? So that's just like it's always interesting when those opportunities come together. And then the 1 seed Gilbert is.
Appleton, Parkersburg, Dike, New Hartford.
There you go.
Who else do they want to come into to that school district for the boys soccer side?
I don't know. Say it again. It's at
Appleton, Parkersburg,
and Dike New
traditional
Hartford.
big time football
Yep,
school.
for sure.
And then Dike, New Hartford.
Okay.
Proper girls program.
Fair enough.
They've had success.
All right, so Gilbert has been smashing people all year. I got to say they're probably my pick, but I wouldn't mind seeing them somehow. I don't know if it works out, but it'd be fun to see them play Des Moines Christian. It would work out. That'd be a nice little Central Iowa matchup. But Bishop Heelan, I'm guessing it's Bishop Heelan, Gilbert. No, that's not possible, is it?
So you talked about Gilbert and Bishop Heelan. Gilbert beat them just a few weeks ago, Ben. 3-0.
They've kind of got it going on there in 2A. Big community, small town, school district, right?
Yep.
Okay, 3A is going to be interesting.
Well, hold on a minute.
Oh, I'm sorry. What, you didn't get a pick?
Let's and then
I
like
picked
tell everybody
Gilbert.
where it's at.
Oh, that's a good point. And so 1A is going to be at MediaCom. We didn't say
Yeah, we
that.
did, yeah.
Okay, well then 2A is going to be at Gilbert. So like that also helps Gilbert, I assume a little bit.
Yep. So you're picking Gilbert?
Yeah,
DJ
and-
Jordison, just the doc, just to continue the
doctor.
absolute dynasty that they've got going.
Yeah, and you know what? We should just like interject there quick. And so quarterfinals this year uniquely are played at host sites, right? So you've got the 1A is all playing at MediaCom, 2A is all playing at Gilbert, 3A is all playing down in Indianola, and then 4A is all played at Valley, which it kind of makes sense, I guess. Like those are the most probably like the biggest central Iowa. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm kind of curious how they ended up on MediaCom for the 1A schools,
So
but I
Des Moines
wonder
Christian
if it's because
maybe has something going, a conflict. Because to me, if you want to be in Polk
right,
County,
yeah, that might make sense.
and like they've got the turf field.
Yeah, but I also wonder if well, either way, yeah, that's a good point because it makes sense for the groups that are traveling from out of state. Like basically, they stay for the week, right? Or not out of state, but out of Central Iowa.
I would.
Right,
They're
like, that's the
definitely not.
idea.
No, they're not staying for the week. They're going home on Monday night. All of them. Because they don't
Yeah,
play
you're
again
probably
until
right.
the semifinals are not till Wednesday. Tuesday's an off day.
That's a good point. All right,
Are you all right? I mean, you're a little rusty on this pod, Benny. Jeez.
All right,
All right, so your pick is
Indianola.
Gilbert.
Yeah.
I'll go with old.
You gonna give Seabass a shout?
Well, they're gonna have to upset Gilbert there in the semifinal. No, are they?
I don't know how it works.
No, they're in the other half. Yeah, I'll go Seabass. If they win, there's got to be a better TikTok though. You got to get off. He's got to get off those.
For sure.
What he's doing there. So yeah,
Yeah.
if you want to talk 3A, Betty?
Yeah, let's do it. This is so why don't you run through it? I got it because I got it pulled up. So Davenport North against Des Moines Hoover in the first game. That's 3-6. Davenport North is not a team that we've ever seen, I don't think.
No, but we heard earlier this year from Dan Rother that they're good, scary, and like legit. So
Okay. So then DCG, Dallas Center Grimes, plays at 2:30 against Denison Schleswig over there in, what would you call that, like West Central Iowa? Mid-Central? I don't know, anyway. And then you've got Marion, Norwalk, the 4-5. That'll be a great match. And then Xavier, the number 1 seed, against Indianola, the 8 seed. But Indianola hosting, so that adds a little wrinkle. I think that's going to be a game right there, the 1, the 8. What do you think, Siebes?
you got Heath Weeks. Sorry, Heath, but I don't think he's kind of they're not. He's sub. What am I trying to say?
You tell me.
They've got
I'm struggling.
I know.
Okay.
He's got a good little program now. He's changed. I think he's got. They've had success now the last few years. Got it figured out. They're doing well. I don't think they can knock off the private school Cedar Rapids folks.
You're probably not wrong there. What about DCG though?
That's going to be the interesting one, right? Colin Lane, can they? I mean, obviously they played they played a bunch of 4A schools this year.
Yeah, I was gonna say I want to know where they end up here, how they did.
And again, I don't think they had a very tough sub-state. They beat Mason City 7-1, North Polk 4-0. But again, I think they just played like a prop, like because they have an advantage, right? Just because they're in town
Locationally.
Yeah.
I mean, so they lost to Waukee Northwest 2-1. They tied Ames. They lost to Johnston 2-1.
Lost to Northwest 2-1. Lost to Urbandale 4-2.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if that stuff, those games, that experience translates into a big game like this, right?
Yep.
Because what's Xavier's schedule like? Can we get there?
Cedar Rapids Xavier. So they are 13-1-2. Obviously, plenty of wins. And then, they lost to Liberty, who moved up. I think we'll talk about them a little bit. But beat Kennedy 4-1.
Beat Limar.
Beat Dubuque Senior, which is like a good win for them.
Drew Iowa City High.
They beat Iowa City West.
Okay.
So, again, they played Marion. Like they played. I mean, there you go. Both schools. Like, if you want to look at it, Benny, there's
no, you're right.
The top two seeds have played some good.
Yeah, and then when you put it like that, I think it's gonna be like when I look at that, it's gonna be really tough for anybody to beat Xavier. So, man, they're finding themselves back there pretty quick after Amir left.
Yeah. Who you got?
I'm going Xavier.
All right, just to make it interesting, I'm going DCG. Colin Lane in the.
What about Kralik? Is his final season with
you think
his son playing? His son's a senior, so like, no, I'm not saying it's his final season, but it's potential if they win. If they win, I bet you. If they win, he's got to go. Just because it's like what a like a mic drop, right?
Yeah.
All right, 4A. Let's go, Crowley.
I mean, how do you, Ben? Where do you want to go? Because
I'm excited about 4A.
But this is where it gets interesting, right? Because we talked a little bit about
Let's talk about the
current schedule, or where?
Okay, yeah. So this is
know.
well. Let's preface it. So the sites and the pairings came out late Friday
night.
Late
correct.
Friday night, and at that time, what were the pairings, Blake?
So originally,
Yes,
when
the
they
original
publicized
pairings.
it, you had Centennial as the 1,
Yep.
playing Iowa City High as the 8.
Yep.
You had Northwest as the 2, playing Iowa City West as the 7. You had Urbandale as the 3, playing Roosevelt as the 6. And then you had Southeast Polk Johnston in the 4-5 matchup. So,
Which is interesting
yeah. And something
because
happened.
it was revised, and then
And it was publicized though first. Like we got
it was out.
screenshots.
Well, and it
luckily,
actually
and
it literally says on their site revised. So like either there was a typo or a mistake or whatever, or somebody went to the mat when that went out and like said, hey, there's no way this should be correct because of this, and this. Like those are the only two options, right? It was either a typo or somebody like
definitely not a typo. A typo is misspelling
well maybe they
Urbandale.
well okay.
Or Centennial, like with one N.
I'm just trying to be
It's not a typo. Something happened.
I'm trying to be, yeah, okay, fair enough. I'm trying to be diplomatic. So, okay, so instead then, so that Centennial Iowa City High stays the same.
Yep.
1 and 8 stays the same. But then what happens is Urbandale, the 3 seed, now instead of playing
Roosevelt.
they now play Iowa City West.
So Iowa City West jumped from the 7 to the 6.
And then
It makes no sense.
Waukee Northwest was supposed to play
Iowa City West.
Iowa City West,
They
but
were the
instead
7.
now they play Johnston.
Johnston.
So Johnston dropped from the 6 seed to the 7 seed, and then Southeast Polk, now who was supposed to play,
They were supposed to play Johnston
Johnston.
4-5.
and instead
Plays Roosevelt. So
Correct.
this is where it gets interesting, right?
It's
So the
very
seed,
confusing.
So those seeds in Substate, Johnston was a 1 seed,
correct.
and the only 2 number 1 seeds that lost
Were
were
usurped by
Yes, Iowa City West and Iowa City High,
yes.
right? Cedar Rapids Prairie and Dubuque Senior.
Shout out Iowa City, by the way.
Yeah. So to me, if you look at it that way, Iowa City West and Iowa City High should be the 7 and the 8 seeds
Logically.
because, yeah,
So Johnson then, in theory, would be the 6 seed, which would be actually great, right?
well, you could argue, right? Originally they were the 5. Them and Roosevelt, right?
Yeah.
Roosevelt was the 6. But they're all 1
and so
seeds.
so this is also part of it too, right? So sub-state rankings, pairings, whatever you want to call them, came out on like May 11th or 12th.
12th,
I
yep.
think the 12th. And so they came out, and then from that time, like Johnson was already on kind of a skid, but then they proceeded to lose like 3
they
or
had a
4.
shocker.
Like they lost a ton of games in a row,
They
and then
win a game too, right?
yeah, they didn't win it. Correct. But then, and like also, I don't know where was Roosevelt during that time. Like, I'm
They're
pro
still
Roosevelt,
on
but
the-
like they like lost to North, who didn't like they got beat by like. It's just one of those where you're going like, okay, so how does this all work? Because when pairings come out and you're seated in a certain place, like, does that hold, or does that are they reseeding? And that's sort of where I wonder, like, where was like the first time the rankings came out, followed by when they were revised, like. I have to imagine somebody was like, hold on a second, like we won this game or that game, or Johnson's been losing a ton, so like get them out of there. And Iowa City West is like, they've had a decent little run recently, haven't they?
I think, yeah, to me, though, it just is, if you're the 1 seed in Substate, you are a top 8 team.
I agree with that.
So all those schools that were 1 seeds that won their Substate should be 1 through 6. And then you're just debating Iowa City High, Iowa City West.
So then
they're ranked
the other
on
piece is that yeah. So
similar.
the final rankings came out on May 18th. So in those rankings, like it looks to me like that's sort of how they ended up, right?
Correct.
So it looks like Centennial's 1, Ooh, Hollywood. So you got Centennial the 1, Waukee Northwest is 2, Urbandale's the 3, Southeast Polk is the 4, then it jumps to Roosevelt is the 5, right? And Iowa City West is the 6.
Are you asking like
Or that
the
is that
original
what-
or
no,
so
no,
Johnston was the now or the what are you sorry
now
Roosevelt is the
5,
correct
and City West is the 6.
correct.
And so basically, then they've said that like Johnston, because they were out of the rankings, they're 7, and then 8
Correct.
is Iowa City High. And these are based on the rank. Like that's how they're just literally. It looks like they're just
Correct.
literally like striking. Like okay, well if Prairie lost, they were the 3. Well, Urbandale just bumps up. Dubuque Senior lost, Bettendorf lost, Pleasant Valley lost. Well, Roosevelt bumps up.
Yep.
So,
Which
like
is the
it's
problem by announcing these substates that we talked about last time, right? Too early.
Well, and it's just so weird. It's the substates get announced, and then the rankings, and then the actual games happen, and then they just go. I don't know, and maybe that's just like how it's always been. It would not have even crossed our minds had it not been revised, though.
But then Bound,
Right? I mean,
yeah, and then
I mean,
Bound,
like if
right?
it hadn't been revised,
Correct.
we wouldn't be even
Yes.
saying a word.
And then
It's just-
Bound has Johnson ranked ahead of City West and High.
Of course.
So we love it. Drama,
Yeah.
love it.
And
And genius on their part just to
I
get
know, just
talking
kidding.
points.
I know.
It's great.
I know, and there's now, and
If anybody complains, though, by the way, you're going to have to beat all of them anyways.
That's true.
Right? So if you really want to get there.
it's true. Let's just like run through those like sub-state finals quick because there were some little barn burners. Then we'll talk about the pairings, right? So just like for for whatever it's worth
sub-state
category,
one.
right? So
Southeast Polk.
Okay,
Sure.
sure.
Start just 1 through 8.
Yeah,
Benny?
you
so
do
they
it.
beat Iowa City Liberty 1-0.
What was the word on that one? Matt Harding was not. He was,
Yeah,
he was,
I was
he's always
there.
bummed.
I wasn't watched, and they.
By the way, Lucy's getting the shout as Ted Lasso.
I
Have you
saw
seen
that too. Yeah, the news has picked up on it.
He needs to grow a mustache if that's going to work.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, Cole Skinner, like if that boy plays, if
He's
he
getting
actually,
some sniffs,
if he
is what I hear.
Yeah,
if he does well this week, he's definitely getting a sniff.
Well, I think it was pretty funny. They were all talking about what coach and coaches were in attendance the past week. Like, what is that guy doing here? Like, is that really the coach of a school? I think if that guy plays as hard as he can and competes and fights, like he's actually a really, really good. I like him.
Awesome, that's great.
I just
I'm
need he needs
excited
a little
for that.
more of it though.
Yeah, well, great. That's
consistently all the
yeah.
time. I would love a Southeast Polk boy to
That's awesome.
keep going.
No, I love that. Okay, great. So you got your eye on Southeast Polk, and they play Roosevelt, right? Let's just go that way. So Roosevelt beat Dowling 2-0, right?
Oh, man, we're going that right.
Well,
then.
let's just do it. That's like
Okay.
at least like makes some logical sense, even though it doesn't, because none of it does. So, because all right, let's just do that. I'm sorry. So Dowling loses 2-0 to Roosevelt. Dowling had like a big miraculous comeback against
Marshalltown.
5-4. I think they won in, was it late
Extra
or
time.
OT?
Yeah, they missed a penalty in extra time and then come back and win it. So
Shocking, but great. I mean, what a great result. And I'm sure that stuff will be burned in those kids' memories. Roosevelt, who'd they beat? Ames? No.
what? In what?
Who did they beat in their sub-state? Oh, sorry.
The final, they beat Dowling, Ben. You just
Sorry.
literally just said that.
I'm getting myself all turned around. We're in a tizzy here.
We
Okay.
aren't.
So, Roosevelt, Southeast Polk, what do you think? Let's go there just straight away.
Yeah, I mean, sorry,
You're on
Rain,
Southeast
but
Polk?
I gotta go with the Rams.
All right, let's
Absolutely.
go homies. You go Southeast Polk. I'm going Roosevelt. Man, it's going to be a good match. Okay, so then what? We got,
I have no idea where you're going.
I don't know
with
either.
this. So we originally started with sub-state number 1.
okay, so
So
let's
we'll
go to sub-state
number
2. Great.
Right, you got
Perfect.
Urbandale, who beat Ames 3-0 pretty handily.
Yeah, what's the word on that game?
They also moved up, right? Urbandale moved up from Class 3A, kind of like Liberty did. So, real quick, Ben. Iowa City Liberty, here you go, Matt Harding. You guys, I think they have the best left back in the state.
Really?
Yeah.
Is he right-footed?
He is not.
Oh, darn.
I hope he's going somewhere to play because he was really, really good. Really, really good. So, I don't know. I forget
You
his
don't know
name.
his number or name, but
left back. I mean, he
Great.
played left back. He was everything. His attacking, he was good. Defensively, he was good.
high praise.
I hope he's doing something next year. But yeah, so Urbandale moves up in class, defending 3A champions.
Yep,
moves up to 4A.
They play Ames, smack them 3-0. And what? So like our scouting report on them. Let's just should we just read it? We got a little scouting report on them on Urbandale, right?
Monster. I mean, just they got last year, right? They got Flair up top, speed up top, and some monsters in the back.
Yeah, and yeah. Basically, that's we hear this is one of my favorite comments from our spy. They can organize into a mid/low block when needed. So
whatever
we'll see.
That means.
Means they can defend behind the ball. So
and then they play Iowa City West, right?
Yep. So Iowa City West beat Prairie after it says triple overtime, but I believe that means double overtime and penalties.
It was a shootout.
No, I know. I'm just saying that's what it says on the bound. So we got a report on that game too. Prairie is
I feel bad for Kurt Lewis.
I do too.
He's not been able to knock off Styles and West and Sheffy and they were undefeated this year, right? Prairie did everything they were supposed to do, and I might have had some. I mean, they're going to probably argue they should have won the game.
Yeah, Iowa City West Urbandale is going to be interesting because it sounds like West is capable of being pretty physical and direct and scrappy, but then we know those teams they can play and they've got some nice little players. They always do. Sounds like they've got a really good goalkeeper, and I just can't believe this. Our buddy Sheffy, who's one of the assistants, said this kid tried out for the team as a field player a couple of years ago, and then he's been worked into this stud goalkeeper, and he kept them in the game, which awesome, kudos. And it sounds like they have a goalkeeper coach there at Iowa City West, and we've seen him before, we've seen his some of his product or project kids, and they're always pretty decent, but he finds them on the basketball team or it's a field player. I think that is a sneaky little hack that Iowa City West has, right? They've got good athletes that's a big school, and okay, let's go. We've talked to Seheg about that, right? Go find a girl from the basketball team or the volleyball team if you're struggling to find a goalkeeper, convince them to come out, right?
Yep.
Okay.
What's your pick there, Ben? I'm sorry, but it's going to be Urbandale I think they might batter them, to be honest.
Okay, I'm going to go.
They're good. They're really good.
All right. Well, I'm going to go City West because I just think that ever since we saw the halftime speech, remember that?
Yeah.
From old Bradley Styles, I was sold. So let's go Iowa City West on that. And then
next sub-state, we'll go to
sub-state
number 3.
That makes sense.
So it's Iowa City High.
Dubuque Senior.
Yeah.
The boys were on a roll there for a bit there, Danny's boys.
They were. And Fajardo came in, and, man, I felt bad just because Dan's a good guy. But City High knocked him off.
Yeah, he said they've got a couple good players, Oscar Gates and Taylor Salinas. Goalkeeper's good. It's going to be a tough 8 seed, so that just leads us right into Centennial, just who they...
Yeah, 10 gold, Waterloo.
8 gold them, but still.
Whatever.
Which is actually kind of shocking if they only got to 8. If they were on that kind of a run, but anyway.
Everybody likes them, Ben. Everybody loves Centennial. Who do you talk to?
Same, yeah, I know. It's going to... I mean... It's going to be interesting to see because... we know what potentially awaits them in some of their games. They're gonna have at least 2 or 3 hard games here, right? I don't know what that first game is like for them.
I think they just keep rolling. I think they're one of the. You're right. 4A outside of Ankeny is wide open, right? Centennial, I should say.
Yeah,
is pretty even, but I think they are just.
I agree.
Shoulders above everybody right now.
There's no way to not talk about Tate Duax, right? He's having a great year and. Scoring a ton of goals, and sounds like they're having fun. But even if you if he went back to whatever level he could play at, and you had that team, that team would then just be among this very sort of even field, right? But then you add Tate, I think that just okay, well, have fun trying to figure that one out because you can either man mark him or double mark him. But then now there's a whole other team that can beat you. So, I don't know. That's my thought.
Okay. I mean, so
So I think
that's the
Centennial.
first one we've
yeah.
agreed on, isn't it?
Yeah. Sorry, I was City High. Okay, last one.
Next one, you got Johnston, beat Valley. I mean, they were. We talked a little bit. They were a disaster about 3 weeks ago. Hadn't won a game in weeks,
Including
injuries.
getting beat by Valley.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, so obviously they played Valley at DCG. We never did really ask, which didn't really care. But
I'm curious why they played there.
maybe still the coach cannot host games because of his antics previously. Who knows?
That may actually be correct.
But it's a good. So they beat Valley, right? Good little goal. Good goal to win it. And
It was a good goal. I
yeah.
saw it on social media or on the news or whatever. Tigers have some work to do.
Let's say they played Northwest, who, like, it was interesting, the Northwest Lincoln game, because that game I think was a little bit of a tale of two halves, where Lincoln smashed them in the first half, definitely should have scored the goal in the first half, and then Northwest came back, and like Lincoln was dead, and they were the better team in the second half. Lincoln still missed another sitter, but that boy, Northwest has a really good boy. I think he was at the Sporting Academy, sophomore, who's
that.
legit. He's good.
I love that, though, that he was at the Sporting Academy, but he's from Waukee. It's funny. So you've got the Drags.
And Northwest,
Which
is just
I
been,
love
like,
the
they're
love
back a little bit, right? Like they're
Yeah.
always just.
I love Frizzell Carlos matchup. That's gonna be great.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna love it if. I don't know. There was not much the second half of the Lincoln Northwest game that I saw. There's not much soccer played. So if
Just
you
like
want to
a-
see
like
some
a-
good stuff, it may not be right.
Well, yeah, but Johnston and
No, I
Valley,
love
like
it, yeah,
we
I
always
know.
get we both know we always get a hard time for being like the direct, like get after a team and like. First
You
of
want
all,
to win a game or not?
I was gonna say first of all, I don't mind a little direct soccer every once in a while as long as you can still play. But
Yeah. What are you thinking there, BB?
man, so like ultimately my head really assumes we're going to just see like a 1-2 matchup, right? We're going to see Northwest against Centennial in the final. So that's just, but so like I'm sorry. So like I just have to assume that Northwest is going to beat Johnston. So there you go. Asahig's not here, boys. I'll go ahead and pick against you, Drags. And how could I pick the Drags after
You're
they
right.
beat the Tigers?
You're
Like
right.
I just
That's
no way
fair.
I could. So hey, prove me wrong,
Man,
please.
Frizzell, though, that guy. If
I
you wanna
love
talk
Frizz.
about a
I
coach
know the
that's
Frizz.
got him, like,
I love him.
that has his group
I know I
playing
love him.
for
I love
big
him.
games. I love it.
But Say's not here.
You're
Somebody's
right.
got to pick against
You're
him.
right.
All right. Well, so that's gonna be really interesting. We picked winners all the way through. So should we go all the way through and just like?
Oh no, we probably should wait.
Okay, we did it on the.
Oh, we did. Okay.
Well, didn't we do it on
Just
1A,
pick a
2A, 3A?
winner?
Did I forget? Like, we basically picked our winner for the whole thing.
Okay. So who you picking to win it then, Ben? You can change it or not, but
Why? I just don't. If Centennial doesn't win it, it would be considered a not successful season for them.
that's the easy pick, by the way.
I think it's an easy pick, but I do think that. So what they'll if they win their first game, right? Who do they play then after that?
They play the Southeast Polk.
Roosevelt winner. I think
Yeah.
they'll win that game, no matter what. And then who do they play in the final? Potentially, it's Northwest, and like that's the only team that they drew them earlier in the year. I think that's the only team they haven't had a winning result against. So
That'll be Urbandale. Northwest Urbandale would be your semifinal.
ooh, that'll be good too. Wouldn't you love a little Urbandale Centennial in the final?
No, I would love.
I would love Northwest Centennial. You'd love Southeast Polk to be in the final against too.
Johnston. Yeah, it's a Ram Dragon matchup, and you got the man. I don't know.
Dragon.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, who do you pick then?
I'm too torn. I don't know. We'll figure it out once
All
we
right.
get there.
All right.
Who you got? Who you got to win it?
Centennial.
Centennial.
Dewey, you got to do it, man.
And speaking of going out,
Yeah.
he might retire.
This
as
is your
well.
chance to.
Mic drop it. Okay. I got the Rams. Lucy's Ted Lasso, as they're calling him. He's gonna just take it home for the first time ever. And
Such a homer.
speaking of a mic drop,
Such a
that will
homer.
be the That'll be a statement. I love it.
That's excellent. So, okay, well, come find us this week. We'll be out and about. Man, I just love this time of year. It's the most fun. Quick girls sub-state starts on Tuesday this
Correct.
week, which I guess it makes sense. Like it's a week later than the boys, but it just seems late. All in general late this year. I guess. But maybe that's just the calendar.
It is, Ben. It's a week later. They started their season a week later.
Yeah.
So
But even the boys seems late. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like it's
the
like
unfortunate thing is, actually, when we talk about it, is
they're not
I think
together
their
anymore.
finals are their finals, sub-state or districts, whatever they call it, are on Friday,
oh, so we're not even.
and that's the biggest day of the year for the boys. So I just
Right.
think it's just like that's unfortunate that.
I don't understand the competition between the two.
Well, they should just like maybe have it on the Saturday so they get the whole day to themselves.
Well, and that's what I mean.
Because
It's
nobody's going to be at those games. If you're a
Right.
neutral soccer fan at a school or just watching, you're going to go to the state finals over
correct.
a.
And also, like, I
Sub-state
feel like
or
there's a
district
lot.
final.
How many times have we seen families where they're torn between like having to go to one or the other?
Yeah.
Like, because their son is a senior and their daughter's a sophomore, playing in the same event essentially.
Yep,
So,
I mean, so like Centennial, like looking ahead a little bit on the 4A side. Centennial will have that a bit, I'm sure.
Northwest,
Yeah, yeah.
Johnston. Well, no.
Okay.
Okay. Well, good luck to everybody. It's always fun. Like I said, come find us.
Sign up for the golf. Pay attention
yeah.
to that. And the high school, boys and girls, metro and statewide showcase. Stay tuned.
Talk to you in 24 hours.